5:30, we've arrived at the hour, and I call the Committee on Finance and Administration to order. We will take up the following items for approval. Action items. What? There's a microphone somewhere. Is that better?
Yes.
Okay. Action item 1A is approval of the minutes of the March 24, 2025 meeting. I move the approval of action item 1A. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion, any amendments, any suggestions? All in favor, please so indicate.
Aye.
Any opposed, any abstentions? This matter is approved. We will now address action item B, the policy calendar. Policy item 1B1 is a resolution to approve a change to a per-credit pricing structure for academic excellence fees for graduate programs at Baruch College. The proposed fee structure change would better align with the scheduling choices made by graduate students who may seek more flexibility in pursuing their graduate degrees. The change will benefit students whose professional and family responsibilities may require them to limit the number of credits they can take per semester. Baruch President David Rue is available to provide further background on this if there is any need or to answer any questions. I move the approval of policy item 1B1. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion or any questions?
I just want to make a comment, if that's all right.
Please.
I did get to speak to the representatives, like my provost, and about the resolution, because it was talked about during my GSA Senate of taking it from a per semester to a per credit, which will alleviate the financial burden and also give equity across the board because it wasn't that much equity. And then they did give me further clarification when it comes to the mental health counseling program of how they're being excluded. And I also spoke to Sharif about it. So I just want to say that I appreciate that they make sure that all the needs for Baruch students is, master students is going forward.
Thank you. Anything further? Hearing none, we will proceed to a vote. All those in favor, please so indicate.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? This matter is approved. Thank you. Policy item 1B2 is a resolution to authorize an agreement to maintain access to Microsoft products and services. The university seeks approval to enter into a 5-year agreement to continue access to critical Microsoft software and services that support all university students, faculty, and staff across 26 campuses. The term of this agreement is effective from October 1, 2025 to September 30, 2030, for a total amount not to exceed $36,230,304 over the 5-year period, utilizing New York State OGS Microsoft Manufacturing umbrella contract for Microsoft products and services. Vice Chancellor for Information and Technology and University Chief Information Officer Seth Formoso is available to provide further background or answer any questions as needed. I move the approval of policy item 1B2. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion or any questions? Seeing none, let's proceed to a vote. All those in favor, please so indicate.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? This matter is approved. Policy item 1B3 is a resolution to authorize an enterprise-wide unified support contract with Microsoft Corporation. The university seeks to enter into a new 3-year contract to ensure uninterrupted access to essential Microsoft support and services effective November 1, 2025 to October 31, 2028, with a total not to exceed the amount of $3,039,471 over the 3-year period. The university will be utilizing the New York State OGS Microsoft Manufacturing umbrella contract to procure Microsoft Unified Support. Again, Vice Chancellor Formoso is available for elucidation or to answer any questions. Are there any questions? Or yes.
Is this support just for the last purchase of the 365 Office? Or is this support for like back-end servers, or is it just for Office?
Can you hear me, John?
Yes.
It's support for both. So this is Microsoft expert consultants who help us with any Microsoft related, whether it's an operating system or whether it's a database or the Microsoft 365.
Any other questions, comments, answers? Seeing none, let's proceed to a vote. All those in favor, please so indicate.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? This matter is approved. Policy item 1B4 is a resolution to authorize an agreement for the University Enterprise License Agreement, an ELA, for Adobe Acrobat, Adobe Creative Cloud, and Adobe Express software. The university seeks to enter into a new agreement commencing on October 7, 2025, and expiring on October 6, 2028, with an option to renew for an additional 2 years, ensuring continued access to Adobe's evolving suite of tools, including Acrobat Pro, Creative Cloud, and Adobe Express, for a potential term of 5 years, period from October 7, 2025 through October 6, 2030, with a total contract value for the initial 3-year term of $4,981,800 and an optional 2-year renewal, bringing the total potential 5-year contract value to $9,682,860 over the 5 years, ensuring equitable access to essential digital tools at a predictable cost contingent upon the availability of the New York State OGS Adobe Manufacturers Umbrella Contract. Again, Vice Chancellor Formoso is available.
Some people think that Adobe Acrobat products are sort of, there's so many alternatives to them, you know, you can make a PDF 118 ways. If there was a decision at some point, is this something we could turn off? You know, if we decided after really assessing it that we really didn't need this?
Yes, if we had to go back and ask Adobe to renegotiate or to change our scope, we could do that. But I just want to point out, in the past, access to Adobe was limited to the students who had to work in a lab. This agreement that we now are talking about makes Adobe available to 245,000 students wherever they are. So they will be able to, if they're using their CUNY ID, they will be able to access all these tools from their personal computer at home, not have to be physically at a school lab, which is a really big enhancement for the students that we were able to negotiate with the new agreement. There's also a lot of additional tools that we included in the agreement for the students to deal with design and other art forms. But like any agreement, if we want to go back and modify it for our benefit, we have the right to do that.
Right.
And it's 3 years with a team option, not a player option. Any other questions or comments?
He answered my question. I was going to ask if it's the full scope of all the suites that they, like the InDesign, the Photoshop, the Illustrator, the lab and all that other stuff. Is it the full, like,
Yeah,
suite
those,
scope?
they call it Adobe Express.
Yeah.
We got the entire Express suite.
Okay.
There are some higher end that we got 15,000 licenses for students that are doing advanced artwork.
Yeah.
But we have Express Suite for all 245,000.
Okay. Thank you.
Anything further? Seeing none, we will proceed to a vote. All those in, I don't think I moved this, so I move the approval of item 1B4. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. All those in favor, please so indicate.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? This matter is approved. Policy item 1B5 is a resolution to authorize Security Services, Inc. for unarmed security guard services at Kingsborough Community College. The Kingsborough Community College requires security guard service to ensure its 72-acre campus and grounds are properly secured and to provide the staffing necessary for the safety of its students, faculty, and staff. The college issues issued a competitive mini bid utilizing the New York State Office of General Services contract number 71011, award 23106, to procure required services. Dreamland Security Services, Inc. was the responsible bidder, offering the lowest bid price in response to the solicitation. The university is seeking approval to make expenditures with Dreamland Security Services in the amount not to exceed $3 million for a period of 5 years. Kingsborough Community College Interim Vice President for Finance and Administration, Andres Escobar, is available to provide information or answer questions. I move the approval of policy item 1B5. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any questions? Discussion, answers, hearing none. So we proceed to a vote. All those in favor, please so
Aye.
indicate.
Aye.
Any opposed, any abstentions? The matter is approved. Policy item 1B6 is a resolution to authorize a contract with Schindler Elevator Corp. for elevator maintenance and repair services at Kingsborough Community College. The Kingsborough Community College requires full elevator maintenance and repair services for all its elevators at various locations on its campuses. The college issued a competitive mini bid based on the OGS contract number PS 70077, award 23271, and Schindler Elevator Corp. was the responsive and responsible bidder. The university is seeking approval to make expenditures with Schindler Elevator Corp. in the amount not to exceed $1,400,000 for a period of 4 years. Interim Vice President Escobar is still available. I move approval of policy item 1B6. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Is there any discussion or any questions? Seeing none, proceed to a vote. All those in favor, please so indicate.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? This matter is approved. Policy item 1B7 is a resolution to authorize a contract with Samarin Corp. doing business as Wisdom Protective Services to provide unarmed security guard services at Baruch College. Baruch College requires security guard services to ensure its grounds are properly secured and to provide staffing necessary for the safety of its students, faculty, and staff. The college issued a competitive mini bid utilizing New York State OGS contract group number 71011, award 23106, to procure the required services, and Cimarron Corp. was the responsive and responsible bidder. We are seeking approval to make expenditures in the amount not to exceed $5,812,992 for a period of 5 years. Baruch College Vice President for Operations and Administration, Alana Diego, is available to provide further background on this item if necessary. I move the approval of policy item 1B7. Is there a second? Is there any discussion or any questions?
With a name like Wisdom, how could we vote against?
Well, it's at least as good as Dream Corp.
That's true.
We'll proceed to a vote. All those in favor, please so indicate.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? This matter is approved. Policy item 1B8 is a resolution to authorize Cimarron Corp. again, they're still doing business.
More wisdom.
As Wisdom Protective Services to provide unarmed security guard services at the Borough of Manhattan Community College. The Borough of Manhattan Community College requires security guard services at 199 Chambers Street, Ferdinand Hall, and 70 Murray Street to ensure its campus buildings and grounds are properly secured. We got a competitive bid through the same OGS contract to provide the required services, anticipating their need based on last fiscal year's expenditures of approximately $320,000. Cimarron Corp. was the responsible bidder. The college security needs through February of this year have required the expenditure of approximately $425,000 in purchase orders under the OGS contract. The college anticipates additional expenditures not to exceed $375,000 to meet the campus security needs through the remainder of this fiscal year and ending June 30, 2025. We're seeking approval to make expenditures in an amount not to exceed $800,000 for fiscal year 2025, including the $425,000 already expended. Borough of Manhattan Community College Vice President of Finance and Administration, Julio Izquierdo, is available to provide information. I move the approval of item 1B8. Is there a second?
A second.
Thank you. Any discussion? I notice this contract only runs through this June 30th, so I expect we will be hearing back from them shortly as we keep moving along. Any other questions or discussion? Seeing none, proceed to a vote. All those in favor, please so indicate.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? This matter is approved. Policy item 1B9, a resolution to authorize a contract with Gilbert International, Inc. for facilities maintenance services at LaGuardia Community College. LaGuardia Community College is required to ensure that campus buildings are maintained and up to operational standards. The college does not employ staff to perform facilities maintenance services and must hire a qualified contractor to manage facilities maintenance services. The college issued a competitive sealed invitation for bid. Gilbert International was responsive and qualified bidder and presented the lowest proposal. Easy for you to say. Proposal. The university is seeking approval to enter into a contract with Gilbert International in an amount not to exceed $9 million over a period of 1 year, with a renewal option for another year not to exceed an additional $9 million. LaGuardia Community College Senior Vice President for Finance and Administration, Shahir Irfan, is available to provide further information or answer questions. I move the approval of policy item 1B9. Is there a second?
A second.
Thank you. Any questions or discussion about LaGuardia? Seeing none, let's proceed to a vote. All those in favor,
Aye.
please so indicate. Opposed, abstentions, this matter is approved. Policy item 1B10 is a resolution to authorize a contract with SAGE for the SAGE Research Methods Collection. The university wishes to purchase ownership of the SAGE Research Methods Collection, an authoritative collection of different research methods used to conduct research and a vital resource to all who conduct research at CUNY. SAGE is the exclusive publisher of this product, and the university would like to purchase this collection along with updates for the years 2025 through 2029 as a single-source procurement subject to the Office of the State Controller's approval, and is seeking approval to make expenditures for an amount not to exceed $490,500. Interim University Dean of Libraries and Information Resource, Michael Wallman, is available to elucidate or answer questions. I move the approval of policy item 1B10. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is there any discussion or any questions? Notice we're purchasing something. It's not like here, although we do have
Yes,
to
but we're
update.
gonna have to pay for update.
They get us for the
But it's,
updates. Let's proceed to a vote. All those in favor, please so indicate. Any
aye.
opposed? Any abstentions? This matter is approved. Policy item 1B11 is a resolution to replace the December 16, 2024 resolution to contract with Springer Journals Package and Nature Journals. On December 16, 2024, the University Board of Trustees authorized a 5-year contract with Springer for an amount not to exceed $5,930,962. However, this figure omitted $417,950 associated with the inclusion of an additional journal, Nature, that had to be acquired separately in previous contracts. The university is seeking approval to make expenditures not to exceed $6,348,912 over a period of 5 years, which includes the omitted amount. Interim University Dean of Libraries, Waldman, is still available. I move the approval of policy item 1B11. Do I have a second? Any discussion or any questions? Proceed to a vote. All those in favor, please indicate.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? This matter is approved. Policy item 1B12 is a resolution to replace the December 16, 2024 resolution to authorize a contract between CUNY and Technolutions, Inc. for Slate and admissions customer relation management solution. On December 16, 2024, the University Board of Trustees approved the contract for Technolutions, Inc., establishing a contract for a 5-year period for $1,920,000 from January 31, 2025 through January 30, 2030. The approval resolution reflected the annual value of the contract as $1,920,000 rather than the total contract amount. Whoops. The university is seeking approval to enter into the contract with Technolutions, Inc. in the amount not to exceed $8,640,000 for the 5-year period from March 17, 2025 through March 18, 2030. Senior University Dean for Enrollment Management, Melissa Kirk, is available to provide information or answer questions. I move the approval of policy item 1B12. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any questions or discussion? All in favor, please so indicate.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Policy 1B13 is a resolution to approve the Personnel Matters Report of the Finance and Administration Committee. The April-May 2025 Personnel Matters Report is generated from employee data entered into the university system of record between February 10th, 2025 and March 24, 2025, and does not contain appointments that have been submitted as individual resolutions. The report contains 15 ECP actions, including 7 regular appointments, 2 interim appointments or extensions, 3 resignations, 1 reclassification, and 2 salary changes. Executive Vice Chancellor and Chief Operating Officer Hector Batista is available if there are any questions or to answer any questions. I move the approval of policy item 1B13. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion, any questions? Seeing none, we'll proceed to a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? This matter is approved. Policy items 1B14 through 1B22 are resolutions to appoint regular and interim members of the Executive Compensation Plan. I'm going to present them together. If you would like to pull anyone out, there are people available for each one to answer any questions if you have any questions. Policy item 14 at the central office, Evan Silberman as interim senior university dean for academic innovation. Policy item 15 and 16 at the Borough of Manhattan Community College are Tiffany James as interim dean of student affairs and Peter Gutierrez, who is getting an extension as interim dean of health science and nursing. Policy item 17 at Kingsborough Community College, Andres Escobar, extension as interim vice president for finance and administration. Policy item 18 at Lehman College, Kimberly Kendall as interim dean for adult and continuing education. Policy item 19 in the central office is Zeko Kirchich. How close did I get? Kirch. I'll take it. Associate Vice Chancellor for Facility Operations and Emergency Response. Policy item 20 at Gutman Community College is Anita Luckett as Dean of Workforce Education. And policy item 21 at the CUNY School of Medicine is Stancis Smith as Executive Legal Counsel Labor Designation. Policy item 22 at Hunter College is Peter Englot, Senior Vice President of Communications and External Affairs and Executive Deputy to the President. I move the approval of items 1B14 through 1B22. Is there a second? I'll note that in the materials that were distributed, there were further explications of each of these appointments and what the terms were. We noticed that the terms for interim appointments are getting shorter, and we appreciate that, and we'll move forward with these matters. Seeing no discussion or questions, I've moved them. There's been a second, so we'll proceed to a vote. All those in favor, please. Any opposed? Any abstentions? This matter is approved. With no more items on the policy calendar, I will address section 2, information items. There are 2 information items. Information item 2A is an update on the state budget. Senior Vice Chancellor and Chief Financial Officer Sharif Solomon will report on the matter. I'm sure Albany would love to have an update on where they are also, but
That's exactly right, Chair. As of this exact moment, we do not have an enacted budget. We don't have any bills to review at this moment. As soon as there is, we will notify the board of the contents therein.
are you still optimistic?
we are having positive conversations with all stakeholders, and we hope it'll be positive for CUNY.
Thank you. Any questions for the Vice Chancellor? Seeing none.
Just good luck.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Yes. Information item 2B is the fiscal matter report. Senior Vice Chancellor and Chief Financial Officer Solomon, you're on again.
Just if there are any questions, happy to entertain.
Okay. Seeing no questions. With no more items on the agenda, I move to adjourn the meeting. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any opposition?
Much faster than I thought. Nice. So, Sharif, Renee and I met